Go ahead.
Via!
Então vou organizar pra você, que o negócio é fantástico.
Tem que pressionar lá dentro logo de mandar, né?
É, não, por isso que eu falei, não adianta falar.
Mas você acredita? Where it tells you in my mind.
More?
Yep, a little further, sorry.
Is this your intro?
Extreme wide angle end.
Yeah, you go about an hour and a half, then you'll be able to.
Cameras rolling.
The McLaren team may disagree, but there's absolutely no doubt in my mind that the most famous team in motor racing after Ferrari is Team Lotus. Team Lotus, just think of the drivers they had. Graham Hill, Jim Clark, Mario Andretti, Jochen Rindt, Emerson Fittipaldi, and even Nigel Mansell and Ayrton Senna. But they've been having hard times recently, and one man who was a boyhood fan of theirs is trying to bring the magic back to Team Lotus. That man is Peter Collins, an Australian. Peter, what is an Australian doing rescuing Britain's most famous team?
Well, that's a very difficult question to answer, actually, Barry, and I guess it goes back to my boyhood really ambition, which was generated by Jimmy Clark and Team Lotus back in the mid-60s. And Clark and Team Lotus were the first Grand Prix type team I saw operate when I was in Australia back in 1965, and it just kindled my enthusiasm enthusiasm for the sport even more, and it's gone from there.
How did you get from Australia to England and motor racing?
That's a long story as well, but basically I wanted to work in Grand Prix racing. Had a lot of determination to do that. Not really a very clear plan of how to get there, but basically there was an opportunity at Team Lotus in early 1978, and I travelled to England with just one intention, that was to work with Team Lotus.
And did you get the job?
No, I didn't. Not initially. It took 9 months, and in that 9-month period I had to do some other fairly interesting jobs to keep the head above water, but after 9 months I got the opportunity and interview with Colin Chapman, and he gave me an opportunity I think nobody else would have given me, and that's another reason why I'm here today with Lotus, trying to carry the team on in the manner that I hope that Colin Chapman will improve.
What did Colin Chapman mean to you and to motor racing, in your opinion?
I think he was the most talented, most innovative and most adventurous engineer that's ever been in Grand Prix racing, and very, very clear thinker, great motivator of people. I feel very, very proud and very honoured to have been able to work for 3 years from 79 through to 81, and it gave me a grounding that I think is essential for what I'm now trying to do.
And now you're trying to revive the magic of his name and his team. How hard an act is that to follow?
Well, it's a very difficult act to follow, and it's also a very difficult job to do, but I believe we're putting together some very, very good ingredients, and over the next 6 months to the end of the season I hope we can prove that we're making a lot of progress, and I don't have any doubts that we can bring Team Lotus back into the winner's circle in the next 2 to 3 years.
I mean, Team Lotus haven't been in the winner's circle since 1987 when Senna won in Detroit, and last year a lot of us thought that we're actually going to lose Team Lotus forever, that the team was going to go under financially. How have you managed to save it?
I guess there's a lot of truth in what you say. It was very close to going under, but a lot of imaginative thinking and good contacts and good friends and people that I've met, either right met through our time in Grand Prix racing. The people who came to the rescue, provided support, gave us the opportunity to go ahead.
What sort of money does it take to run a team like Lotus, even in the middle of the field?
I think the minimum that you can operate a Grand Prix team on these days is $15 to $18 million, and that's a fairly basic operation, which will allow you to attack the job. How good a job you do is more down to the quality of your engineering and your organisation. It's not necessarily how much money you have, it's more how you use it.
Would it be fair to say, Peter, that you now spend more of your time reading the financial pages than actually looking at engineering books?
Well, it's very true to say that at the moment I'm spending more time worrying about finance than I am about how the team's operating and how the engineers are getting on, but that's something I hope to be behind us very soon, and I'll be able to concentrate on the areas that I'm probably best at, which is directing the team and looking to the future.
But you seem to be spending more time in the sail room than with the stopwatch, if I can use that metaphor.
That's absolutely the case at the moment, and it's a very necessary thing. Grand Prix racing is expensive. It provides a very valuable advertising medium, but you have to find companies that want to exploit that opportunity. And we've been very fortunate to have the support so far. Cambium Plastic Model Company from Japan, Tommy Hilfiger, and also Komatsu.
Do you want to just wait till that truck stops?
Peter, step back.
Peter, you say, and quite rightly, sponsorship is important, and yet the prime position on your car is the famous old Lotus badge with Anthony Collin Bruce Chapman's name on it. Why have you done that? Okay, back to white chart. Peter, you say quite right that sponsorship is important, and yet the most important position on your car is the famous old Lotus badge with Anthony Collin Bruce Chapman's initials on it. Why?
Very simply, Barry, I think over the last few years the team lost the its image really lost its name. It was buried by its commercial sponsorship. And for me, that badge and those initials is what Lotus is all about. And I think while we have space available in the car, it's very necessary to re-establish that association, re-establish the fact that this is a Lotus, this is Team Lotus. And if we want to get back to doing what Team Lotus is best at, which is winning, we want to add to the 79 Grand Prix victories and the 7 World Championships that the team has already won.
Can't end better than that. That's great, Peter.
We'll check in here.
What I'd like you to get is
Now, I do want us to talk to Peter about some other things in a different setting, about the other questions we have to ask. Can we do that without the cameraman having too much of a problem if we're standing just in a different position?
we leave the camera here for a moment. Can we just get it totally different?
I want to remember that.
Yeah, that's how you use it again. Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Already doing while the truck is going by.
Peter?
Let's crank the wheels and put the